we were talking about the rise of auto QA as this, new area of opportunity for leaders. And like Lakshmi's saying, historically, support leaders have been really tied to manual QA. Hey, we're good with a certain amount of data, but from a CX process standpoint, what are you the most excited about with the potential of auto QA, and why does that matter right now in support?
Yeah, I think one of the exciting things about AI is that all this technology is enabling quality to be given more pride of place alongside efficiency related metrics and contact centers. So, the traditional dichotomy when you think of a stereotypical, even call center back in the day where you have all these poor agents shoved into cubicles and that sort of thing, and some supervisors looming over them, making sure that their calls don't go over 5 minutes or however long the standards are. So you think of a world that's very efficiency driven, which is nothing wrong with efficiency, but there's very little to balance that out with qualitative information. And partly that's just simply because it's hard to get that information. So there's a natural bias to think data is more important where there's more of it. And there's always more of it when it comes to efficiency. So every customer support platform will enable you to understand how many chats your agents are taking an hour and how long those chats are and what their response time is, and same for email and phone and so forth. So that's easy. But getting qualitative data is very difficult. And you can try surveys, but you have low response rates, and there's all sorts of selection bias in surveys and all the other challenges many people on this call probably know about. And then you have the challenge you mentioned with QA, where it's very manual, and there's questions about how reliable is the data because you only have a certain number of people actually doing it, and some of the QA related issues can be very subjective, like tone and empathy. So it makes it hard for quality related metrics to have much notice in contact centers. And so there's a natural tendency to over index on efficiency. But AI actually puts a science behind some of the intangible aspects of quality metrics. So when you're rating an agent, for instance, on their empathy, it's not based on, no matter how well you try to frame it, it's not based on the subjective evaluation of a single individual, but it's based on a large language model that's looking historically at contacts in your organization and even beyond. And it also ensures that there's more standardization in the evaluation of empathy. So the data is not only more of it there, but it's more believable and it's more reliable and it's more accurate. And you also have the ability, if you're combining information about the quality of contacts, you also have all this AI data that tells you why the customer is contacting you. And you can kind of link that up to customer behavioral patterns. So you can tie QA related data, quality data generally to ROI in a tighter way. So at the end of the day, it's creating a world where CX leaders have the ability to understand quality and champion quality in a financially sound way equal to efficiency related metrics and kind of reorient or rebalance contact centers so yet you're not giving short shrift to quality and not over indexing on efficiency.